do not have a hair transplant. Now that doesn't really make sense. The hair transplant mentor is saying don't have a hair transplant. It actually makes a lot of sense. The reason being is that the vast majority of patients just don't do their research. Never forget, this is a surgery. And with surgeries, there can be complications. When dealing with follicular unit strip surgery, or FUS, the first thing to realize is that you can have wide donor scarring. Doesn't happen all the time, and it is fairly rare, but it does happen even in the best hands. The next thing to consider is the nerve damage that can occur. This happens just from taking out the strip too aggressively or making the incision too deep. Now, every strip surgery performed will have instances of numbness that can last for several months, but if you've got nerve damage, this numbness can be permanent. Another thing that's not discussed are the funky hair angles if you have too many strips or too wide of a strip taken out. My own case reflects this. When my hair is cut too short, the angles are weird. What the fuck? There's also some complications to be aware of with follicular unit extraction, or FUE. The first of which is large dot scarring. This is caused when the punch used to extract the hair from the scalp is too big and creates a scar that's really noticeable. The second thing is funky extraction patterns. When you look at a donor zone from an FUE procedure, you shouldn't see any sort of pattern. It should be a nice spread out extraction zone. The human eye is naturally drawn to patterns, so if there's a pattern with the extraction zone, then people will notice. Next, there are weird patches of thinness. This can actually happen because of those weird extraction patterns. The donor zone can look diffused, it can look moth-eaten, and it can look like you're sick. It just doesn't look good at all. So you have to ask yourself one key question. Jesus. If you're willing to go through hair transplant surgery, what are you going to do if it turns out badly? What are you going to do if you have the bad scarring? What are you going to do if you have the thinned out donor zone? There's so many things that you have to consider. So when you're looking at hair transplant clinics and you're looking at the reviews and you're reading the forums, don't forget that for every great result that you see and every great review that you read, there's going to be guys out there and women that have got a result that's not quite so good. So what if you're one of those people? What do you do? If you can't answer that question, then don't have hair transplant surgery.